Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of Great English Podcast with Catherine. Today, we have a special focus on practical strategies for enhancing your English speaking skills, particularly for those of you with busy schedules and limited time. Joining me today is our guest, Jack, an experienced language learner, who will share valuable insights and tips.
Hi Catherine. It's great to be here and thank you for inviting me to discuss these important techniques for improving English speaking abilities.
Absolutely, Jack. In this episode, we'll see into several key topics that can make a significant difference in your language journey. We'll explore the benefits of narrating your daily life in English, strategies for building fluency and confidence, techniques for improving pronunciation, the importance of vocabulary expansion, ways to engage effectively with native speakers, and of course, some concluding remarks to tie it all together.
I'm excited to talk about these topics and share practical advice that our listeners can apply right away to enhance their English skills.
So, whether you're a busy professional, a student, or someone with limited time, this episode is designed to provide actionable strategies to gain your English proficiency. Stay tuned for useful information and insights that will help you master the English language. So let's get started. Hey Jack, have you ever tried a unique method to increase your English skills, even with a busy schedule? It's all about narrating your daily life in English.
Hi Catherine, that sounds great. Can you tell me more about this technique?
Absolutely. Narrating your daily activities in English is like creating your own English immersion experience. Instead of just thinking about your day, you describe it out loud in English. For example, you might say, "As I wake up in the morning, I stretch and then head to the kitchen to make a strong cup of coffee."
I see. So, by narrating my morning routine or commute in English, I can practice vocabulary and grammar naturally.
Exactly. It's a fantastic way to reinforce what you've learned and improve fluency. During your commute, you might describe the sights and sounds around you. For instance, "I pass by busy streets lined with colorful shops and hear the chatter of people heading to work."
That sounds engaging. How about applying this technique to daily tasks at work?
You can narrate your work activities too. For instance, "I'm reviewing reports and preparing for a meeting later today." It helps you think in English and express yourself more confidently in professional settings.
I love the idea of incorporating English into my everyday life like this. It seems like a fun and practical way to enhance my language skills.
Yeah. It's all about making English a natural part of your routine. Give it a try and see how it boosts your speaking abilities over time.
Thanks for sharing this insightful tip, Catherine. I'm excited to start narrating my day in English and see the improvement.
Jack, now let's talk about the topic of building fluency and confidence in English speaking. This aspect of language development is crucial for effective communication. One key consideration is adapting our speaking volume and tone based on different social contexts.
I can see how that would be important. Can you provide some examples of how we might adjust our tone and volume?
Certainly, Jack. In informal settings or with close friends, speaking with a natural tone and volume is appropriate. However, in public places or formal settings like meetings or presentations, it's important to speak clearly and perhaps slightly louder to ensure everyone can hear you. Adapting to different contexts shows respect and enhances communication.
That makes a lot of sense. How does regular practice contribute to fluency and confidence?
Regular practice is essential for improving fluency and boosting confidence. The more you engage in English conversations, the more comfortable and fluent you become. It's like any skill, consistency is key to improvement.
Have you personally faced challenges in building fluency and confidence?
Absolutely, Jack. When I started learning English, I struggled with speaking confidently, especially in group settings or with native speakers. However, Through consistent practice and exposure to diverse language environments, I gained confidence over time. Joining conversation clubs, participating in language exchange programs, and even watching English shows helped immensely.
That's inspiring to hear, Catherine. I'm currently facing similar challenges, so it's reassuring to know that consistent practice pays off.
It definitely does, Jack. Embrace every opportunity to engage in English conversations, whether it's with native speakers, fellow learners, or through online platforms. Each interaction is a chance to improve and build your confidence.
I'll definitely incorporate more practice into my routine and step out of my comfort zone.
Jack, how can someone improve their pronunciation, which is fundamental for effective communication in English?
Absolutely, Catherine. Pronunciation is a critical aspect of language learning that can significantly impact how well we are understood by others. What are some of the common challenges that English learners face when it comes to pronunciation?
Many learners struggle with specific English sounds that may not exist in their native language. For instance, sounds like the dental fricatives, th, as in this, or think, or certain vowel sounds can be particularly challenging. Additionally, mastering word stress and intonation patterns can pose difficulties for learners aiming for clear and natural-sounding speech.
How can learners effectively practice and refine their pronunciation skills?
One highly effective technique is shadowing native speakers. By listening closely to audio recordings or videos of native speakers, and then mimicking their pronunciation and intonation, learners can refine their speech patterns and rhythm. Language learning apps equipped with speech recognition features can also provide valuable feedback on pronunciation accuracy, allowing learners to identify and correct specific areas of difficulty.
That sounds like a practical approach. Are there any other methods learners can use to work on their pronunciation?
Certainly. Working with pronunciation guides and resources can be immensely helpful. These resources often break down sounds phonetically and provide tips on tongue placement, mouth shape, and airflow for accurate pronunciation. Additionally, practicing tongue twisters, reading aloud, and recording oneself speaking can aid in identifying and addressing specific pronunciation challenges.
I appreciate these suggestions, Catherine. Clear pronunciation is crucial for effective communication. Could you share any personal experiences or anecdotes related to overcoming pronunciation challenges?
Of course, Jack. I remember struggling with certain vowel sounds when I first started learning English. Through consistent practice and exposure to authentic English materials, such as podcasts and movies, I gradually improved my pronunciation and gained confidence in speaking. Overcoming these challenges required patience and dedication, but the progress was incredibly rewarding.
Now let's talk about importance of expanding vocabulary in language learning, Jack. A diverse vocabulary not only allows individuals to express themselves more precisely but also enhances their overall language proficiency and comprehension.
Absolutely, Catherine. The richness of vocabulary directly impacts one's ability to communicate effectively and confidently. Could you share some practical tips on how learners can actively work on expanding their vocabulary?
Of course, Jack. One effective strategy is setting specific vocabulary goals. By committing to learning a certain number of new words and phrases each day, learners can steadily build their lexicon. Tools like flashcards or vocabulary apps can aid in memorization and regular review.
That sounds like a focused approach. How can learners ensure they integrate new vocabulary into their everyday conversations?
Engaging in frequent conversations with peers or language partners is key. Actively using newly learned words and phrases in real-life contexts helps reinforce retention and application. Additionally, incorporating vocabulary into written exercises or journal entries can further solidify learning.
Are there specific reading materials you would recommend to learners seeking to expand their vocabulary?
Certainly, Jack. Diverse reading materials such as news articles, short stories, novels, or podcasts offer exposure to varied vocabulary across different subjects. Learners should explore topics of interest and engage with content that challenges them to encounter and understand new words in context.
Now let's talk about the topic of engaging with native or fluent English speakers to accelerate language learning. How would you suggest learners go about finding opportunities for these interactions?
Absolutely, Catherine. Engaging with native speakers is a pivotal aspect of language development. Learners can explore language exchange programs like Tandem, Hello Talk, or conversation clubs in their local communities. These platforms connect learners with native speakers who are keen to practice language skills in exchange for learning the learner's language.
That sounds like a fantastic way to connect, Jack. What benefits do learners gain from these interactions with fluent speakers?
Interacting with native speakers provides invaluable exposure to authentic language use, colloquial expressions, and cultural nuances. Learners can enhance their listening skills, refine pronunciation, and develop conversational fluency through these immersive experiences. Additionally, they gain insights into the cultural context that shapes language usage.
How can learners make the most of these interactions and ensure they contribute positively to their language development?
Learners should approach these interactions with genuine curiosity and openness. Asking questions, seeking feedback on language usage, and actively participating in conversations are key. It's essential to be respectful of the native speaker's time and language abilities while fostering a supportive learning environment.
Overcoming nervousness can be a challenge for many learners. Any advice on how to build confidence when engaging with fluent speakers?
Confidence grows with practice, Catherine. Learners should view each interaction as an opportunity to learn and improve. Starting with simple conversations, focusing on comprehension, and gradually expanding vocabulary and expressions can boost confidence over time. Native speakers appreciate learners' efforts and are often supportive mentors in the language journey.
Jack, how students can overcome from the English language barriers. It's an issue that's often rooted in fear of making mistakes or feeling embarrassed during language practice.
Indeed, Catherine. These challenges are incredibly common among learners, especially when they are just starting to engage in conversations.
What strategies or advice would you offer to learners who are struggling with these barriers?
One effective approach is to shift the perception of mistakes. Instead of viewing them negatively, learners should embrace mistakes as invaluable learning opportunities. Each error provides insight into areas needing improvement.
That's a powerful mindset shift, Jack. When learners recognize mistakes as stepping stones to progress, it can significantly boost their confidence and willingness to engage in conversations.
Additionally, setting realistic goals is essential. Learners should break down their language learning journey into manageable milestones. This approach helps to track progress and maintain motivation along the way.
Setting achievable goals provides learners with a clear roadmap for improvement. It helps them stay focused and encouraged as they work towards fluency.
Lastly, celebrating even small achievements is crucial. Recognizing and acknowledging progress, no matter how small, reinforces a positive mindset and encourages learners to persevere through challenges.
Absolutely, Jack. By adopting these strategies, learners can navigate language barriers more effectively, build resilience, and ultimately achieve their language learning goals with confidence. As we end up our discussion today, let's summarize the key takeaways and actionable tips we've covered to help improve English speaking skills.
Absolutely, Catherine. Throughout our conversation, we've highlighted several practical strategies that learners can implement in their language journey.
First and foremost, narrating daily life in English can be a powerful immersion method. By describing everyday activities and experiences, learners reinforce vocabulary and grammar in context.
Building fluency and confidence requires regular practice and a willingness to step out of one's comfort zone. Embracing opportunities to engage with native speakers and practicing pronunciation can significantly enhance speaking skills.
Improving pronunciation is essential for effective communication. Techniques such as shadowing native speakers or using language learning apps with speech recognition can aid learners in refining their pronunciation.
Vocabulary expansion plays a vital role in language proficiency. Learners should set daily goals for learning new words and phrases, incorporating them into daily conversations and diverse reading materials.
Engaging with native speakers through language exchange programs or conversation clubs offers invaluable opportunities to learn from language nuances and cultural insights.
Lastly, we addressed common language barriers, emphasizing the importance of embracing mistakes, setting realistic goals, and celebrating progress along the language learning journey.
In conclusion, regular practice, persistence, and curiosity are key to improving English speaking skills. Learners should continue exploring additional resources, courses, and opportunities to further enhance their language proficiency.
Remember, language learning is a rewarding journey that requires dedication and a growth mindset. Stay curious, keep practicing, and you'll undoubtedly see progress over time. Remember, language learning is a rewarding journey that requires dedication and a growth mindset. Stay curious, keep practicing, and you'll undoubtedly see progress over time.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found these insights valuable and wish you success in your English language journey. Stay tuned for more insightful conversations and practical tips to learn and improve your English skills. Hey everyone! Welcome to another exciting episode of Great English Podcast, where we talk about the fascinating world of language learning. I'm Catherine, and joining me today is my co-host, Lucy.
Hi everyone. It's great to be here discussing such an important topic with all of you.
Today, we have an interesting subject lined up for you. We'll be exploring the impact of the internet on language learning and how it influences our ability to improve English skills.
That's right, Catherine. The internet has become an integral part of our daily lives, offering immense opportunities for language learners to enhance their proficiency.
Absolutely, Lucy. In this episode, we'll highlight why improving English skills is crucial in our digital age, where effective communication plays a vital role in various aspects of life.
Throughout our discussion, we'll share insights, tips, and strategies to help you leverage the internet effectively for language learning purposes.
So, Lucy, let's first talk about evolution of the internet. It's incredible how this technology has shaped our world, isn't it?
Absolutely, Catherine. The internet has revolutionized the way we live and interact. Let's start by looking at its inception and growth. The internet actually began in the late 1960s with ARPANET, a network developed by the US Department of Defense for research institutions to communicate with each other.
That's right, Lucy. ARPANET laid the foundation for what we now know as the internet. One of the key advancements came in the 1980s with the development of TCP/IP protocols, which standardized how data is transmitted across networks. Then, in 1991, Tim Berners-Lee introduced the World Wide Web, allowing users to navigate web pages using hyperlinks. This was a game changer.
The World Wide Web opened up a whole new world of possibilities. Now, let's talk about the impact of the internet on society. It's transformed communication, hasn't it?
Indeed, Lucy. Communication has become instant and global thanks to email, messaging apps, and social media platforms. And let's not forget about access to information. The internet has made knowledge easily accessible to everyone.
That's true, Catherine. From online libraries to educational resources, the internet has empowered individuals to learn about diverse topics right from their devices.
And it's not just communication and education. The internet has also revolutionized commerce. E-commerce giants like Amazon have thrived, and new business models have emerged.
Absolutely, Catherine. The internet has truly transformed the way we do business. It's amazing to see how far we've come.
Now, let's talk about some of the vocabulary we've been tossing around during our chat about the internet's evolution.
Absolutely. So, first up, we mentioned inception. This word refers to the beginning or creation of something, like the inception of the internet marking its birth and growth.
Yes, and then there's advancements. Think of advancements as fancy upgrades or improvements that make things cooler and more high-tech. In the internet world, we've seen incredible advancements over the years.
Totally. And how about protocols? It sounds technical, but it's just the rules or standards that keep everything running smoothly on the internet. Imagine them like traffic rules for data.
Right on. Next, we talked about global connectivity. This one's a biggie. It's all about being able to connect with anyone, anywhere in the world. Thanks to the internet, we're all global citizens.
Absolutely, Catherine. And let's not forget revolutionized. When something revolutionizes, it means it's totally transformed and changed the game. The internet has revolutionized how we live, work, and play.
Last but not least, we explored commerce and business models. Commerce is just the fancy word for buying and selling stuff online, and business models are like clever strategies businesses use to make money on the internet.
These words may sound serious, but they're the building blocks of the internet's incredible journey. If you have any questions or want to explore these words further, drop us a message. Let's keep the learning fun and exciting.
All right, now let's talk about the amazing benefits of the internet. That has truly transformed our daily lives in countless ways.
Absolutely, Catherine. One of the biggest advantages is how the internet makes communication a breeze. Whether it's staying in touch with loved ones across the globe or collaborating with colleagues, the internet bridges distances like magic.
Totally. And let's not forget about education. With online courses, tutorials, and resources at our fingertips, learning has never been more accessible. The internet has become a giant virtual classroom.
Exactly. And when it comes to commerce, the internet has opened up endless opportunities. From online shopping to e-commerce businesses, buying and selling has become effortless and convenient.
Oh, and speaking of convenience, isn't it amazing how we can do so much from our devices? From banking and booking appointments to streaming movies and music, the internet has made life more convenient than ever.
It's like having the world at our fingertips. The internet has truly revolutionized how we live, work, and play.
Now, let's talk about some of the vocabulary we use to discuss the benefits of the internet.
Sure, Catherine. The first term we mentioned was communication. This refers to the exchange of information or messages between people, especially over distances using technology like the internet.
Right. Another term we discussed was education. This refers to the process of acquiring knowledge and skills through formal or informal means, and the internet has revolutionized education by providing access to online courses, tutorials, and educational resources.
Absolutely. We also mentioned commerce, which is the activity of buying and selling goods and services. The internet has transformed commerce by enabling e-commerce platforms and online marketplaces where transactions can happen with just a few clicks.
And don't forget convenience and accessibility. Convenience means making things easier or more comfortable to use, and accessibility refers to the ability to access something easily. The internet offers unparalleled convenience and accessibility through various online services.
Let's now discuss the challenges and drawbacks associated with internet use. One major concern is privacy, which refers to the right to keep personal information protected from unauthorized access or disclosure.
That's right, Lucy. Privacy issues arise due to the vast amount of personal data shared online, raising concerns about data breaches and misuse of information.
Another critical issue is security, which involves safeguarding data and systems from cyber threats like hacking or malware attacks.
Absolutely, Lucy. The internet also faces challenges related to misinformation, where false or misleading information spreads rapidly online, impacting public opinion and decision-making.
We also need to address internet addiction, a condition characterized by excessive internet use that interferes with daily life and responsibilities.
Lastly, Cyberbullying is a significant concern involving the use of digital platforms to harass, intimidate, or harm others.
Now, let's see into some of the vocabulary we discussed related to the challenges and drawbacks of the Internet.
Sure, Catherine. We covered some important terms that are relevant to understanding the downsides of Internet use.
Exactly. One term we mentioned is privacy. Can you explain what privacy means in the context of the Internet?
Privacy refers to the control individuals have over their personal information and data online, ensuring that it remains protected from unauthorized access or use.
Well put, Catherine. Another term we highlighted is security. What does Internet security encompass?
Internet security involves measures and practices aimed at safeguarding systems, networks, and data from cyber threats, such as hacking, viruses, or phishing attacks.
Spot on. Now, let's discuss misinformation. What does this term entail, especially concerning Internet use?
Misinformation refers to false or inaccurate information spread deliberately or unintentionally online, which can mislead and deceive individuals. Today, we've explored the impact of the Internet on language learning and discussed various aspects, from online resources to future innovations. Let's recap some key takeaways from our conversation.
We highlighted how the Internet has revolutionized language acquisition by providing access to diverse resources and platforms. From language exchange communities to AI-driven tools, learners have unprecedented opportunities to enhance their skills.
As we conclude, we encourage our listeners to navigate the Internet responsibly. Seek out reputable sources, engage in language exchange, and embrace innovative technologies for language enhancement.
Thank you all for joining us today. We'd love to hear your feedback and suggestions for future topics. Remember, the Internet is a powerful tool for language learners. Use it wisely and enjoy the journey of language acquisition.
Stay tuned for more insightful discussions on improving language skills through innovative means. Until next, keep learning, keep growing, and keep loving yourself. Share this with someone you love the most.